Right, so the key to sustainable and long-term weight loss, this is what you want to, this is the bit. Long-term weight loss, not just losing weight and it will come back, because let's be honest, a lot of this weight loss stuff these days, it doesn't last. I'm sure you can understand if you're watching this. So for long-term weight loss, it's really simple. You need to take it really, really slow. Don't try and rush things or go, I need to lose, say for example, you want to lose 5 stone, or you want to lose sort of £100. You know, it's like you can't just look at the whole number and go, right, I need to lose this quick as I can, get from point A to point B quick. No, in your mind, yes, you're going to feel that way, but then you have to sort of break it down into small incremental bits, so you can maybe take it sort of like small goals, so like 1 stone at a time. But in a sense, like, don't break it down as in like I need to lose a stone, because that in a sense might be quite a lot, because it might feel like it takes a long time. So there's like your sort of mid goal. So if you've got a big goal, break it down to smaller goals, but then you break it down even smaller, so it's like saving up. You know, you want to go, I want X amount of money, but to get there take you forever. But then if you go, I'll get to that certain number, so if you want to say £100, you say you want to like save £1 every couple of days, and before you know it, you'll get to say £20, 20, 40, 60, 80. So you get what I'm saying in a money sense. So pounds are pounds, if you get what I'm saying. So I hope that makes sense for that point. So what you want to do then is you really want to focus on like the fundamentals. So eating enough sort of protein, calories, don't overeat, don't basically just don't do everything at once. You know, you need to make sure you focus on the main point. So staying in a calorie deficit, eating the foods that you know are going to keep you full, because yes, in a sense a calorie is a calorie, but a calorie is not a calorie, because they're made up of different nutrients and things that will, like, say for example, you know, 100 calories of chicken breast will be a lot different than 100 calories of just say sugar, or 100 calories of cereal. Yes, they'll do different things, and if you want certain things from certain foods, it's okay to have them. But if you know how foods work and what they're going to do for you, that's the key. And you want to make sure you're eating enough foods to keep you satisfied, to stay in a deficit. And this is the other thing, you've got to make sure you're always in a deficit. And if you're not sure about, you know, am I eating enough this, enough that, am I in deficit, track your food. Make sure you're tracking all your food, and all you've got to really focus on really is just stick to the calories. If you're focusing on weight loss, weight gain even, but it's weight loss talked about here, is focus on the calories. The calories is what's going to determine whether you gain weight, lose weight, stay the same. And when you do track things, make sure you're honest with what you track. Don't start having sauces and the odd little tiny snack. You think, oh, it's only 50 calories here, or it's 100 calories there. They all add up. Believe me, you can have a couple hundred calories in a day without even realising it. So if you track every single thing, even what I usually do is I pre-track everything, because I'll have like a set sort of 4 or 5 meals I'll have a day, and I'll have them already put in my phone, so I know my pastas, my minces, I know what chicken I'm having, I know how much I'm having, I've already done it all. So when I go, oh, I'm going to have this much to eat, I'll just look at what I've put down on my tracker and then eat what I've given myself, because I know at the end of the day I'm going to hit that number. Or if at the end of the day I know I'm going to have, or say I want a little treat at the end of the day, I'll make sure I'll factor that in at the end. I'll leave 100, 200 calories so I can have that. So tracking your food is super important, so it makes it feel like it's a bit more easier in a sense, because, you know, sometimes it's a bit annoying, but for me it's not. To be on track, it's the simple things. It's like you can see it on paper or on your phone. And what I used to do years ago is actually write it down on paper and just add it on my calculator and put it in my notes on my phone. So you don't even have to go crazy and get apps. You can just literally calculate it on your phone, put it as a note. So that's definitely it. Stay in a calorie deficit. Make sure you track all your foods. Make sure you're in the deficit. And then the other key is drink enough fluids. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water. Stay super hydrated. I mean, people, you know, that 2 litre rule, that is minimum. That for me is like what I'd say to have kids. You know, aim for at least 3 litres, 3 to 4 litres even, for the majority of people. And if you're very active, going to the gym and it's summertime, it's hot, and, you know, a lot of things like that, 4 litres plus. Like for me, I drink minimum a day 7 litres. Not everyone has to do that. Most people don't have to do that. But for me, 7 to 8 litres is what I normally have. And when it's a hot day, like at the minute it's summertime, I'll drink the best part of 9, sometimes even 10 litres. That's including a couple of like sort of sugar-free like pop drinks and a couple of teas and stuff. But the majority of my intake from fluids is water. I'll always make sure I've got a huge bottle of water with me. So for example, I've got a huge 2.2 litre bottle here. I'll have of these, I have at least 3 of these a day. So there's like 6.5 litres right there, and a few other drinks throughout the day, because I've just had a pre-workout, about to go to the gym, and that's about 450 ml. So you can see how it's easy to add the sort of have the fluids, but you've got to make sure you keep drinking them. So if you go, oh, it's a lot of fluid to drink, 3 litres in a day, 3 or 4 litres. Well, yeah, but then if you haven't got to drink it in one go. You know, if you drink say 300 or 400 mils every hour or so, you'll soon be at 3 or 4 litres before you know it. And what I like to say to people is, if you want to get a good start on the day, is remember, when you're sleeping, you're not drinking. When you're sleeping, you're dehydrating yourself. So the first thing I always say is drink in the morning. First thing, don't even worry about eating, yeah? Just drink. Have 200 or 300 mils easy. I have 500 to 600 mils literally within 15 minutes of waking, and I make sure I have at least 1 to 2 litres of fluids before I even eat anything, because that's what I like to do, to make sure my body's got enough fluids in its system to get everything rolling and get everything awake and moving. So have a nice drink in the morning, non-alcoholic obviously. So they just, yeah, make sure you get the fluids in, ideally just pure water. Give it a little while for it to sort of do its job, and then start eating. You know, if you can get, say if you're aiming for 4 litres in a day, if you can get a good, you know, litre in the first hour or so, you are set up for the rest of the day, and you're going to feel a lot better and energized, because you're giving, you know, your body's running off water. Obviously I love other nutrients, but water is what's important. You know, if you don't have enough fluids, you get headaches, you feel tired. There's a lot of things which comes down to water and being dehydrated and like so thirsty. So yeah, that is the other one. So yeah, hopefully you've picked up all these little bits that I've sort of given you to sort of help you make it easier. And yeah, and you know, you just need to give it time. You can't just be rushing these things. Like I've said, you can't just expect to have it, you know, I need to lose X amount, I want to get there. No, be realistic with yourself. If you want to go, oh, I need to lose a big number. So for me, it was over 26 stone, 26 plus stone I've lost. That hasn't taken me like a year. It took me a good 3 years to lose the bulk of the weight, and then since then I've been maintaining, because I've been building a lot of muscle in the gym. So I've been sort of getting used to maintaining, and what is important as well is to understand how to maintain your weight and keep that weight, because you can't just switch on a diet and then switch it off and then switch it on again because you've gained some weight and switch it off. You know, not everyone's perfect, you're not going to get it right all the time, but as long as you keep that sort of bracket of weight you want to be and maintaining that weight, you'll feel a lot more free. Yes, you have to be very careful with certain foods, but over time of maintaining, you know, you'll learn what works and what don't work, and sort of little tips that I've given you, for example, how you can use them every single day to make sure you are on track and you don't let things go too far. And if you do have a weekend or a planned meal or an event, that you have these foods and bits you want, but then you know to go straight back onto it and be normal again, and just cut back down and just keep sort of sensible. So, you know, it's a lot to take in one go, and if you're just starting, the main thing I say is just keep going. All the mess ups, all the whatever, just keep going, time after time after time. You think, I done this in one go? No, I didn't. You know, losing weight isn't easy. You know, yes, the actual, you're looking at it on paper, it's like you just be a deficit, you have to do this, blah blah blah, simple. Yes, it's easy in that sense, but in the reality, we all know it's not easy. You know, because there's moments where it doesn't go right, and then, you know, something could easily throw you off and just make you think, oh fuck this, I don't want to do this no more. I'm just tired of it all, and what's the point? The point is you're trying to do good for yourself. The point is you're trying to better your life, and you're trying to like do something for yourself and give yourself that, you know, that self pride and all the things that you know that it's, you know, it's going to make you feel a lot better about things. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed that that video with all these little tips. Let me know if there's anything you want to know. Please do subscribe. Let me know if there's any questions and stuff you want to know. Just drop it below. And yeah, if there is anything that you want to know, just let me know and I'll get back to you all. So enjoy the rest of your day, evening, night, wherever you're watching this, and I'll catch you really soon. About to go gym now, hit my back, smash it. And if you're just starting your day, You got this.